Have you ever been with a girl, broke up, and watched her move on like you never mattered? That stings. The feeling of being easily replaceable. It hurts, doesn't it? But what if I told you that after watching this video, no woman will ever be able to forget you? She'll be terrified of losing you, haunted by your absence. In a relationship, your real strength is when a woman sees the world through your lens, when her days start and end with thoughts of you. The more she invests emotionally, the more she fears losing you. Today we're diving deep into making her afraid to lose you, using 4 strategies. 1. The power of detachment. 2. The emotional roller coaster. 3. The power of purpose. 4. The art of strategic absence. Let's break them down. Strategy 1. The power of detachment. Any negotiation in which you cannot walk away is a lost negotiation. This principle doesn't just apply to business deals, it's the cornerstone of relationships. Men fail because they attach their happiness to a woman. Picture this: a guy with no hobbies, no goals, no life outside his relationship. His day revolves around texting her, planning meetups, and validating his existence through her attention. The moment conflict arises, he becomes needy, desperate, apologizing even when he's not wrong. She senses this weakness, loses respect, and eventually leaves. Now flip the script. Imagine a man with a rich, independent life. He hits the gym, works on his passions, chills with friends, and enjoys his life with or without a woman. His girlfriend is an addition, not the centerpiece. If she disrespects him, he doesn't beg. He walks. Because he knows his value and has options. He doesn't need her validation to feel worthy, because his sense of self is rooted in his own achievements and personal growth. His emotional stability doesn't hinge on her mood or opinions. He is grounded, confident, and fulfilled on his own terms. This kind of man has an inner peace that no woman can disturb. His fulfillment comes from his purpose, not the validation of others. It's not arrogance, it's self-respect. His emotional resilience allows him to weather any storm, as his sense of worth is unwavering. He's in control, not because he tries to control her, but because he controls his own actions and decisions. This detachment creates fear. She knows if she messes up, you're gone. And not just in words, but in action. She'll think twice before disrespecting you because she knows your self-respect isn't negotiable. This kind of man commands respect without demanding it. His absence would leave a void not because he manipulated her emotions, but because his presence added genuine value to her life. Think of celebrities with massive followings. They don't chase, they attract. Their aura is built on independence and abundance. That's the mindset you need to start embracing. Detachment isn't about being cold or indifferent. It's about knowing that you are whole, with or without her. It's about living your life so fully that a relationship complements it, not completes it. Strategy 2. The emotional roller coaster. Constant breeds boredom. Predictability kills attraction. She says she wants a nice guy who's always there, always supportive, always loving. But deep down, that's not what keeps her emotionally hooked. Let's take Jack and Sophie. Jack is the textbook nice guy. Always available, never says no, constantly validating her. Guess what happens? Sophie gets bored. There's no tension, no mystery, no emotional roller coaster. Now consider this. What's the biggest emotional hook in the world? Movies. Films make us laugh, cry, fear, and hope, all in 2 hours. Why? Because of emotional variety. Stability is safe, but emotions are addictive. To be unforgettable, you must become her personal, emotional movie. Trigger different feelings: joy, anticipation, uncertainty, even slight jealousy. It's not about being toxic, it's about being dynamic. Emotional variety keeps her engaged, as it gives her something to look forward to, a new chapter, a plot twist, an unexpected turn. You create an ongoing story that keeps her emotionally invested. It's like being the protagonist in a series. Your relationship becomes a journey full of surprises, growth, and change. You become a source of excitement, energy, and unpredictability. The more she feels emotionally moved by you, the more her connection to you deepens. So, what could be done in practical terms? Be unpredictable and keep her guessing. Surprise her with spontaneous gestures, change up your routines, and don't always be the same predictable guy. Create emotional highs. Surprise her with something thoughtful, then pull back slightly to let her crave more. Control the tension. Playfully challenge her, tease her, and occasionally disagree confidently. Keep her on her toes. Your confidence and unpredictability will leave her wanting more. Studies in psychology show that intermittent reinforcement, random rewards, creates the strongest emotional bonds. This is why gambling is addictive. The unpredictability hooks the brain. Apply the same principle to your relationship dynamics and you'll keep her engaged and emotionally attached. Strategy 3. The power of purpose. Nothing is more attractive than a man on a mission. Purpose is magnetic. A man with a clear vision, chasing his goals, naturally commands respect and admiration. Why? Because he's driven by something bigger than a relationship. When a woman sees that you have ambition, whether it's career goals, personal development, or a passion project, she understands that she isn't the center of your universe. This creates an irresistible dynamic. She wants to be part of your world, not the other way around. Women are drawn to men who are progressing in life, men who have direction and who aren't just existing, they're living with purpose. When you're driven by your purpose, everything else falls into place. It's not about finding someone to fill the gaps in your life. It's about enhancing your journey with someone who complements your vision. A woman wants to feel like she's joining you in a shared adventure, not distracting you from your path. This attitude creates a healthy, non-dependent relationship dynamic. A man with purpose also brings stability. Purpose creates discipline, and discipline creates success. As you build your life, you become more self-assured and attractive. You become a man of value, not just to her, but to everyone around you. Practically, this is what you need to do. Set clear goals. Know what you want in life and pursue it relentlessly. Stay busy. Fill your schedule with productive activities. This shows you value your time and are not waiting around for her to validate your existence. Lead with vision. Talk about your aspirations with passion. Let her see your drive, the force that propels you forward. Think of historical figures who achieved greatness. Their purpose wasn't just to attract women, but their ambition and passion made them incredibly magnetic. Women are drawn to men who are going places, and this is the type of man you should become. A man with purpose doesn't need validation. He's already on his way to something bigger. Strategy 4. The art of strategic absence. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, but only if you leave a mark before you disappear. Most men fear space in relationships, thinking constant presence equals emotional security. Wrong. Overexposure dulls emotional impact. Think of your favorite song. If you play it non-stop, it loses its magic. The same applies to relationships. Strategic absence isn't ghosting or playing mind games. It's about creating space that amplifies your value. When you step back occasionally, it gives her room to miss you, reflect on your importance, and crave your presence. Without this space, she becomes accustomed to you, and eventually your presence loses its impact. Absence builds anticipation. It heightens desire, because she's not always able to predict when you'll be around. The key is to leave at the peak of her emotional experience. After a fun date, a deep conversation, or a special moment. This makes your return more exciting, and it triggers that feeling of longing. So, what to do concretely? Disengage occasionally. After an amazing date or a meaningful conversation, disappear for a day or two. Let her sit with the emotional high without immediate follow-up. Prioritize your life. Sometimes be busy with work, hobbies, or personal goals. She needs to know she's not your sole focus. Use silence effectively. During minor disagreements, don't rush to resolve things. Let the silence work in your favor, making her realize your absence feels heavier than your presence. Think about luxury brands. They don't flood the market. They create scarcity, which increases desire. Be the luxury brand in her emotional landscape. The more selective and strategic you are with your presence, the more she'll value it, and you. Now that you've learned these 4 powerful strategies, you have the tools to create a relationship dynamic that keeps her engaged, intrigued, and emotionally invested. Remember, it's not about playing games. It's about understanding human psychology and using it to foster a healthy, balanced connection. The key is to be a man who values himself first, a man who leads with purpose, and a man who knows how to keep things interesting. But here's the thing, every relationship is unique. These strategies work, but how you apply them will depend on your specific situation. What's your experience with these techniques? Have you ever used them before, or are you thinking of giving them a try? Thank you. If you've made it this far in the video, share your thoughts in the comments below and help us decide what topics to cover in our next videos.